My parents used me as their retirement plan while my sister got everything, so I built my own life and walked away from their financial demands. Let me start by saying I never thought I'd be writing this out for strangers on the internet, but after what happened at Christmas, I need to know if I'm truly the villain my family is making me out to be. I'm the older of 2 daughters. My sister Amber is 3 years younger than me, and for as long as I can remember, there's been a clear hierarchy in our family. I was the responsible one, the sensible one, the one who was so mature for her age, all code for the one we expect more from while giving less to. Amber was the baby, the princess, the one who needed extra support because she was sensitive. I'm 31 now, and I've spent most of my life trying to understand why my parents consistently prioritized her needs, wants, and dreams over mine. I didn't realize how bad it was until I started therapy 5 years ago, and my therapist's eyes widened as I casually mentioned how normal it was for my college fund to be drained for Amber's dance competitions, or how I was expected to sacrifice my weekends to help at my parents' store while Amber was focusing on being a teenager. What I thought was just being a good daughter and sister was actually a pattern of exploitation that had defined my entire existence. The earliest memory I have of feeling the difference was when I was 7 and Amber was 4. I'd saved up my allowance for weeks to buy a special art set I wanted. When I finally had enough, my mom took me to the store, but as we were checking out, Amber had a meltdown because she wanted a doll. My mom told me to put the art set back because Amber's too young to understand why she can't have something when you do. I remember the shop assistant's pitying look as I silently returned the art set to the shelf while Amber smugly clutched her new doll. That night, I heard my mom telling my dad what a good big sister I was for choosing to let Amber have something instead. This pattern continued throughout my childhood. When I was 12, I made the honor roll for the 3rd straight semester. My parents nodded and said, "That's what we expect from you." 2 weeks later, when Amber brought home a B after previously failing the class, my parents took her for ice cream and bought her a new bike for showing such improvement. I sat at home completing chores while they celebrated. High school was when the disparities became impossible to ignore. I joined the volleyball team, and whenever I had games, at least one parent was always too busy to attend. My father came to exactly 2 games in 4 years. Meanwhile, Amber took up theater, and my parents attended every single performance, often bringing extended family along. They would record her shows and force relatives to watch the videos during visits. My volleyball tournaments were never mentioned. When it came time for college, I had maintained a 3.9 GPA and had been accepted to several excellent schools, including one with a partial scholarship. I was thrilled, but when I asked about my college fund, which my parents had mentioned establishing since I was young, their expressions changed. "Well, honey," my mom said awkwardly, "we had to use most of that for Amber's private acting classes and the summer program in New York last year." I was stunned. "How much is left?"